Hi, my fiery Sagittarians. Welcome to your February 2024 reading. Um, this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, always. Those intuitively guided, always. And I say that because more and more of you are paying attention to your intuition and you find yourself in a reading that, you don't know that you have a sign in, or maybe you don't have a sign in, maybe your guides are sending you a sign. And so thank you for paying attention. Some of you may be in love with the Sagittarius and just want to see what's going on. I also feel like if that's the case, then you're also going to receive messages too. Just be open. That's the main thing. Just be open. Take a minute before you start reading and just take a couple breaths. Just breathe in deeply. Inhale the light and exhale the dark. Be gone with. Just relax your mind and then open your mind and let's begin. So we're going to use three different decks. We're going to use Mother Mary for our words of wisdom. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify. And we are going to stay with, which I have been using for the whole month of February, for the February readings. But even the short readings, I did that series. How do they feel about you currently? I forget what I called it. That's when I started using them. So I've been loving the messages, and I thought, you know what, let's keep them going. Let's like really get them part of the family, and then we'll add in other decks again. But let's go ahead and start with Mother Mary. I'm going to give him a shuffle or two. And by the way, everything is always pre-shuffled. I like to shuffle though with you here. Some of you, I feel like it's common. Others, I feel like it helps erase doubt. Like, did she set those cards up? Which, I mean, I'm not that good. But, whoa, okay. Three cards, and it's interesting. They're all going in different directions. Father is in the upright, but he, to me, is reversed. And then these two are going in opposite directions. So, I feel like we have to start with Father. My true Father is God in heaven who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship. Father. That can mean many different things to many different people. Sometimes we find ourselves in a pattern that we saw in one of our parents that we didn't like, and now we're them. So, I feel like, boy, does that give you awareness, right? Like, okay, well, why am I this way? Well, now I know why they were that way. I just feel different things for different people. Some of you are becoming a father. Hmm. Okay. So, father, because he's in reverse, though, I have to say, and I don't really read Mother Mary in reverse in any of that, but I am taking notice. Like, for some reason, it's really making me take notice of, like, how they're all going in different directions. So, maybe because father looked in reverse to me, maybe there has been healing. Okay. Caring. Heaven cares for me, and I keep my heart open to caring about myself, others, and the world. Caring. And then giving and receiving. I balance being generous and receptive because both are equally important. It's like the law of attraction. What you put out will return to you. Sometimes people wonder why their lives are so bad, and they got to look at, if you think that, raw energy, then our energy that we put out there is what's going to return. Hmm. Okay. It's called karma. And we create good karma and we create bad karma. And we either pay it off in this lifetime or I feel like we pay it off in the next. Or maybe there's something from a past life. Because it's interesting, I do get past lives with you off. Like I really noticed that with you. So this could talk about even a past life um, event that did not get healed, recognized, or what have you. All right, I'm going to bring the lid down. Just a little bit lower. Okay. And let's go ahead and shuffle. See what's going on. It's funny. People think that a reading begins when I start bringing the tarot cards out. To me, the reading begins the second I hit start. And I say that because I read through my guides and I allow myself to be a vessel for them. So I know a lot of things that I say, like I know that I should be doing too. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just feel like, and I think because all of a sudden this comment popped in my head where somebody said that the reading started 7 minutes, and I thought 7 minutes. I'm usually pretty quick at getting the reading started. So I thought, well, that must have been an important 7 minutes. That's how I look at it. All right. You have, interesting, the very first card, the Cozy Witch, which is a 0, which is the Fool. Your first card is the Fool. Take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. It's like she's getting ready. She's getting ready to go out there. Maybe she doesn't know, right? I don't know what kind of day I'm going to face. I don't know what kind of adventures I'm going to have, but I'm looking forward to it. Like I'm even dressing up for it. Hmm. Maybe she's getting ready to climb a mountain. So that means that you're beginning on some type of adventure. And then we have Justice next. Libra's major arcana. Here it says, stick to your truth and everything will turn out fine. Stick to your truth and everything will come out fine. I like that explanation. Justice is about what's fair and just in your world. We can certainly talk about cutting of ties. Certainly talk about karma. But I feel like ultimately it's about making you whole. So we'll see. And also, I see the number 11. So for some of you, this could talk about, well, 11 would make me think of past lives. All right. So this flipped over. We have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands. It would take a hell of a lot more to defeat you. Huh. It would take a hell of a lot more to defeat you. I like that. First of all, it does tell me that you've been through some type of war, so to speak. And it tells me that you had to find your strength because otherwise you wouldn't have survived it, and you're coming out stronger than you were before. I feel like, sometimes we got to give ourselves a pat on the back, even if nobody else does. Like, be proud of yourself. Some of you are, you may be alone, or you may be single with children, and it's probably not easy. But at the same time, it's interesting because I feel like if that's the case, you may be like all of a sudden interested in dating again. Like you shut that part of you down for a while. Maybe you're busy just raising the kids, didn't want to introduce anyone, that you didn't feel 100% about. We got a lot of cards. Okay. Thought that was one. We have the Two of Swords. It's like being at a crossroads. Interesting, though, it's mirrored by the Fool. And because there's such strength here, I feel like this can't be you. Well, let's keep going. We have the Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving. I feel like it's the same type of energy. What's it say? Every blessing you give will eventually be returned to you. That's a great way to look at it. Every blessing you give will eventually be returned to you. And then we have the Queen of Wands, Queen of Action, can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. Um, we have Leo's major arcana now attached to Sagittarius. I'm sorry. You're Sagittarius? Well, this could be you. Maybe that's exactly why I said that. Replace your self doubt with self confidence, and that's why I felt like this is not you in the Two of Swords. It just like it doesn't feel like your energy, because I feel like you're more at this energy of like I'm ready for the next adventure, and I feel like you feel stronger than maybe you ever have. And if you're not feeling that way, ask yourself why. Are you looking at what you would call, let's say, your mistakes, um, as mistakes instead of experiences? Like every experience has something to learn, right? Or sometimes we're the teacher, sometimes we're the student, sometimes it's both ways. Replace your self doubt with self confidence. And then we have the Emperor, the father figure, a father from Mother Mary. Being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. This could again certainly talk about like being single, whether a mother or a father, and taking care of the kids and what have you, and taking care of business at the same time. And all of that. And I have to tell you, I remember all that. Um, it was, there was good days, of course, but holy cow, it was like a just chaotic and like, you know, and now, I'm working from home and it's like I say on my schedule, though I do have a schedule. Anyway, being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. Hmm. If there's something that you want to build, let's say, this is great energy of it, like having that self confidence that you can do that. The emperor's usually the leader of the people. And I do feel like for most of you, I feel like you are the emperor, even if you're not Aries. That's not what I feel. I feel that you are the empress energy here. Especially with the nine of wands above it, because I feel like it's almost like I'm taking that wisdom, what I have learned and how I have grown, and maybe I'm helping others. Maybe others who carry that self-doubt. Because I don't feel you. It's almost like, I'm giving back to the world and I just feel the world giving back to me. All right. Well, we have the tower under the two swords. So, there's where that self-doubt is coming from. A previous tower. Like when I have a tower in my reading, I never say it's a future tower. Could it be avoidance of one? Well, I feel like it depends what you think a tower is. Sometimes does it mean disruption or does it mean destruction? It can mean both, one or the other, or maybe, but I feel like the Two of Swords just means that who's ever in this energy, and again, like she's wearing sunglasses and it's kind of gloomy out, and it's like she's waiting for it's like, I don't know. It's like she didn't care what she looked like. Maybe she's waiting for the bus. I do feel like there's a lot of like inner sadness in this person. And maybe I would love to be, the emperor, but right now I'm the two swords. I'm the one waiting for the bus. And maybe every day feels gloomy. But I feel like, but I gotta take my sunglasses off. I wear my sunglasses at night. I gotta take my sunglasses off because what's mirroring that two swords is the fool. And the fool is looking for an adventure. Here I'm kind of hiding from it. So, anyway, we'll keep coming back to that and figure out who that is. The Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. Knight of Pentacles is one of my favorite cards. Um, and its first lesson is patience. It is the slowest moving knight, but it moves with purpose. It's bringing in this pentacle, and this pentacle is really meant to enhance your life. But it comes at the right time, not before, not after. Because, truth be told, it's like this person feels like they need this ace more than this person does. But I have a feeling this is the person who ends up getting this ace. What's it say? Slowly but surely, you're going places. You're going places. And you're like, I know, I'm the fool. I feel like you are much more compassionate soul than you ever were. And I feel like that came from going through some of these experiences where it was like soul sucking. You know what I mean? Like how did I make it out of that? And how did I even get in it? I have multiple experiences like that that I can talk about, my younger years. But I know how I got in them, and I know how I got out of them now. Same, which is important. But just as important though is knowing why I got into them. I was this person in the Two Swords. Hmm. Okay. Hello, Six of Cups. Interesting. Following the Knight of Pentacles. So, what's this say? Give yourself the compassion you were never given. Give yourself the passion or the compassion you were never given. It's like somebody else isn't buying you flowers, buy your own flowers. And then I get this feeling of you never know who you're going to meet in the most unexpected of places, in the most unexpected of ways. You meet someone or you see someone that you haven't seen in a long time. And I feel like you reminisce. Hmm. And it's interesting because I feel like when I'm reminiscing with this person, I see myself as that younger version of myself. And I feel myself as that younger version. Okay. I don't know. I'm taking my time here. We have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords. And then we have the Seven of Cups. Interesting. So who's ever in the Two Swords probably needs to make some type of a decision. And it may be of an emotional nature. And it's almost like either way, I don't see my way out, but I feel like there is. I feel like there always is a way. I feel like you got to take the sunglasses off. It's like grabbing the light in between the clouds. And sometimes rainy day is a good day. You know what I mean? Like, you ever those days where you really appreciate like a good storm? Okay. We have the Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Curiosity is a type of magic. Curiosity. Wow, I like that. I like that leading you right into the fool's energy. Your curiosity. Some of you may be thinking of cutting ties with someone. And listen, maybe you just have had enough. And some of you may be literally like moving. And in this move, you may just like accidentally, but not really, either meet someone or like, again, like someone that you already know, but you strike up a conversation. I do feel this conversation. And, I feel like there's purpose behind this, not just like, oh, potential of love. I feel like it's almost like I see, like I get to see it right away in a different light. Maybe I've been looking at it from the dark for so long, that's the only way I ever see it now. And now, for some reason, I don't know, there's like a glimmer of light, a glimmer of hope. I think it's interesting the father came up and then we have the emperor in the deck. I feel like also some of you, I feel like you need to look at like are there patterns that have been like developed in your life that were like, like a pattern your father carried and now you're carrying it, and listen, if you recognize it and you're able to, especially with the justice card here, you're able to cut those ties. You cut it forever. You cut it for generation after generation. You know what I mean? Like someone writes a book about you and you're the one who you're the hero. Hmm. I do feel like someone is thinking like, do I pack my bags? Do I pack my bags and go? And I guess I can't really answer that for you. But I feel like at the same time, we have the Page of Swords where your curiosity is magic also. We have the Fool who is all about what's new. It just means that, the Fool, of course the Fool has a past, but the Fool chooses not to live in the past, or like let past hurt or anger or that be the determinator of what I'm going to do next. It's like planting seeds. Like I have a garden and I plant my seeds and I either nurture those seeds and I'm going to be plentiful, and in the fall, I'm going to have a good harvest. Where my neighbor, the one with the sunglasses, on a rainy day, um, didn't tend to her garden or his garden and is not going to have a harvest. And am I going to share mine? Of course I am. But they could have had their own harvest. Hmm. Okay. Some of you may be literally starting farms, like maybe organic farms or, you may be starting like some type of business that I feel like has to do with, it feels like healthy food. I don't know if that means like vegetables though, like vegetables or fruits. But I'm sure that is the base of it anyway. Anyway, anyway. 7 of Cups. Do I pack my bags or do I stay within the toxicity? We have Hello Death card. So, the past is the past. Present is the present. The future is the future. This is talking about a closing of a door. And I feel like the majority are like, yep, it's closed. I'm ready. Because when you do close a door, another door does open. I'm sure the person in the Two Swords doesn't believe me. I'm not saying it's easy, but maybe it's not meant to be easy. Maybe it is about maybe that like where did I feel like someone was climbing a mountain? Maybe that's what the journey is about, climbing that mountain. Okay, anyway. I feel like the majority of you are like, yep, Sandy, the door is already closed. Your cards just keep splitting apart. Okay, here's a lot of them, but I feel like I'm going to take them. Hmm. All right, we have the Queen of Swords. So it's coming over Libra. Can be Libra, can be Gemini, can also be an Aquarius. There's that Two of Swords now over that Two of Wands. Man, it's like, is somebody else trying to put self doubt in your mind? We have the Queen of Cups over the Two of Swords. We have the Magician over the Six of Pentacles, the Manifester. I mean, hello. That's a good place for the Manifester to be, right? Like within your money sector, like you give out and it comes back. It's almost like the stock market in a way. Hmm. Well, hello. There's your dividends right away. We are the Ace of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Two of Wands. Okay, I'm going to stop for a moment. Even though we have these cards here, we'll wait. So, first of all, the Two of Wands is mirroring the Magician. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, whatever I want to manifest, right? Because the Two of Wands to me, listen, it's the opposite of the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is like where I'm blocking, and this Two of Swords, for some reason, now has traveled over to where I feel like you broke free of that. So I don't know if it's somebody else trying to put that doubt, like with like on you, but then the High Priestess is right below it. So I feel like intuitively you would know it immediately. Like you know what belongs to you and you know what doesn't belong to you. Type of energy, and this doesn't belong to me. And that's an important thing to learn, especially like the Empress, which many of you carry like empathetic type energy, that you can't take on the problems of the world. You know, yes, you can try to come up with solutions and what have you, but you can't take on, you got to let it out. You got to let it out because I feel like you're going to take it on no matter what. So, like for me, I feel like that's what tarot does. It like lets it out for me. Otherwise, I feel like it collects in the body like gunk. That makes sense. So I don't know where that came from, but boy, I remember I said that in another reading too. Anyway, anyway, anyway. All right. Well, hello, Ten of Pentacles. Right over the Knight of Pentacles, the House of Abundance. You know, it's like if I have to know the ultimate destination, and I still have to say it's the potential, right? Because free will is everything. Because normally we're not alone in the Ten of Pentacles. So now there's your free will, their free will, and then, even your guides can't intervene in that. Like your free will is your free will. It was a gift you were given, but sometimes it feels like a curse. Anyway, hello, manifesting the ace, taking that ace to the 10. It feels like you're going to be very lucky in your money. Like, I feel like you're able to take now be careful with this. Like, I don't mean like in gambling and that, like you would already know what you're doing because I feel like, but then again, you're the fool. So I do feel like it is about taking the chances. So, but it's like taking this ace and turning it into the Ten of Pentacles. It's coming over guardian angel energy though. So I want you to understand it as coming of the light. For those who had any misunderstandings. Okay. Look at this, the Three of Wands. Well, that's like a pep back in my step. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Some of you are moving. You are changing locations. Something is changing. And I feel like, I feel like there's a lot going on, to be honest. I feel like you're lucky in your money. I feel like for those, and then I look over here and I see, okay, but this person doesn't feel that, but they can. There's something. There's still something. There's some type of guidance. But I feel like they have to really, like, it's almost like they have to take on the fool's energy. They got to step into it. They got to, like, make sure a door is closed. Blindfolds got to come off, or the eye, or the sunglasses. I wear my sunglasses at night. Hmm. Because then I feel like then it turns to the Two of Wands, which is really a different way. It's like I'm optimistic about what might lie ahead. Three of Wands, I don't even know what lies ahead. I know my ships are out there. And I know my ships will reach me in their due time. But in the meantime, in the Three of Wands, you're in the present moment energy and you're enjoying it. You're having an optimistic view about your future. And therefore, are you not then creating it? And I just kind of love this coming over the Six of Cups because I feel like the Six of Cups again is like, oh, like, hey, how you been? Or, maybe you're getting like, it's interesting because I did a reading, it was for all signs, and it had something about a cup of coffee. And I feel that energy in here, like, for some, it may be like literally you go for a cup of coffee, and that cup of coffee, there's conversation, like it just flows. And that cup of coffee turns into like, you know, maybe lunch or a walk, and a walk turns into let's go to the movies, and the movies turns in let's go to dinner. You know what I mean? It's just when you know when you know. Now, it doesn't mean it all then begins. Hey, maybe it does. But at the same time, what a shame to miss all that in between. You know what I mean? Like the late night phone calls and, you know, like, getting ready to go over and see them and like all that excitement. Anyway, I do feel like so some of you are like you're changing locations and I feel like it feels very, very good. I'm not gonna lie, it does. It feels very, very good. It doesn't mean that everyone's changing location, so that therefore it's bad. It just means some are. And then maybe for the ones that aren't, if love is in the cards for you, maybe you're the ones that are meeting like, um, you know, like you meet someone accidentally, accidentally bump into their car. It's like, oh, so we got to exchange numbers. And then we figure like something's familiar about each other. And before we know it, we're having this conversation. And it's really got nothing to do about the cars. Interesting. I see a lot of that in a lot of different scenarios. So it's like, whatever it began with, it like evolves very quickly. All right. I don't know why I didn't get the last card out there. We have Hello Knight of Wands, Passion. And then the Ace of Swords. Look at that. Hmm. First of all, I feel like there's passion in your voice. Like your voice changes. Like all of a sudden your voice becomes passionate, if that makes sense. Like there's just something different about it. I also feel like, boy, I feel like some of you, when you meet someone, like I feel like very little time is spent without each other. Sorry, I had to get a drink. Hmm. I'm just looking around, see if there's anything I want to look at. I mean, you know, at least 75% of it looks so good. But, I mean, I know that, you probably again have gone through hell to get here. And maybe some of you, you're knocking right at that door. You're right at that door. You know what I mean? And it's like, you just gotta open the door and step through and then close the door behind you. Maybe that's all it's going to take. Maybe, you get these ideas, epiphanies, follow them. Especially if you're stuck with someone you don't want to be with. Sometimes we get comfortable in the uncomfortableness, and it's easier to stay than go. But you forget about all this, right? This is like adventuresome and like, again, like here. So this person must change because I do feel like I meet someone and it's like instantly I think to myself, or a light bulb goes off. It's like, oh, because it feels so different. It feels so different from the very first moment. And I'm not saying it's love, there's just something, and it feels different. And I feel like from that moment, you understand that what you were having a hard time leaving, excuse me, look at me coughing. I feel like that you were at a hard time leaving. I do feel like the day will come when you're like, what was I thinking? But it's okay. Because again, I feel like here's this two swords over this nine of wands. So this could be the same person, right? Like I could be in this two swords energy and I could be like entering into the nine of wands. What did that say? I like what it said about it. It would take a hell of a lot more to defeat you. And you may feel a little defeated. But again, it's like it's kind of showing you, it's giving you a roadmap, I feel like. And I feel like, to each it'll be a little different, but also very similar at the same time. Okay. I'm just trying to think if there's anything I want to look at. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's just like it already told its story. Um, let's just look at the Ten of Pentacles. That's over the Knight of Pentacles. It's almost so beautiful. I hate to like put anything like with it, but I just want to see something. So it's Ten of Pentacles over the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like a card just flipped. Maybe that was just me. Hmm. We have the Queen of Pentacles, which she would fit in there. And then we have the Page of Swords. Interesting. For some of you, I feel like, I don't know that you're doing it right now, but I feel like for some of you, you may work from home And it's almost like you talk about these discoveries. Is there anything else? I'm going slow because I could have swore I saw that card again. Oh my gosh, that's way too much. Too much, guys. Sorry. There it is. Look at that star. The star. It feels like this is about one's hopes, dreams, and wishes, but I feel like this is about a wish is answered, an answered wish, an answered dream. And it doesn't feel like a one-time thing. And maybe the effort I put in will determine, you know, if it's a one-time thing or if it just keeps on coming. So I feel like, I love that it's, first of all, the Knight of Pentacles is bringing it in, and then and here it is. And I'm immediately, almost, I turned it into the Ten of Pentacles. And I feel like it's part of what I've always wanted to do anyway. Some of you, you're using your voice, and I feel like you're using it in a way where I feel like you're almost finding something out. But I don't want to put a limit on that. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is showing because I feel like it's talking about like when I think of the Queen of Pentacles, I do think of like a business owner. We do have a business owner. The Emperor can certainly be that. But then I also get this feeling for some of you that it's potentially working from home. Okay, whatever it may be, it's part of your dream system. So I guess I shouldn't have to figure that part out. Um, wow, wow. What a reading, Sagittarius. I don't even know, like, and it's showing a beautiful progression, is what it's showing. But it is showing, like, it doesn't mean everything is like hunky dory or any of that, right? Because I am going through some highs and lows, but, you know, I'm coming out the other end, and that's the bottom line. I'm coming out better than I was before, and that's the bottom line. I'm coming out more abundant, probably than ever, and that's the bottom line. And for some of you, you're just going to find someone, and it's just you'll know when you know. Let's just put it that way. And that's the bottom line. Hmm. Um, I don't know. I don't feel like we have father caring and giving and receiving. And for some reason, I feel like I don't feel like I have to read any of them. And I hope that's okay. I hope someone doesn't get mad at me, but I'm feeling like, nope, you should just leave it as it is. So I feel like I'm just going to leave it as it is. But I'm going to thank you, as always. So much gratitude for all of you. Truly, I wouldn't be here without you. I know that. Um, so thank you. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for becoming a subscriber. And if you're new, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. I've been trying to go live more and more. So, if you're a subscriber, make sure when you turn that bell on, you have to have it on 100% or you may not get the notifications because I put them under the community tab. So, just check that, make sure. If you're interested in going in the lives, you can really ask whatever you want to ask, and if I don't get you in one, I'll get you in the next. You know what I mean? But I'm usually on there. I mean, last two times I was on for 4 hours, both like 4 hours yesterday. Yeah, I did yesterday for 4 hours, and then earlier in the week. So anyway, all right, guys, I love you. I thank you, and I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.